Alright you guys, I am back with another video. In this video I'm just going to be talking about some of the stuff I like to use while I go out and go fish. By all means, I am not a professional. I just like to go out and fish, have fun and everything. So everybody's stuff that they use works a lot differently for them versus other people. This is just some stuff I like to use when I go out whenever I'm not using live bait. So I'm going to start off with my D.o.as I like to use. I'll show you guys a few of these just so you can get a good look at some of the colors that I like to use while I'm out there. A nice little pink one right here. Now I have caught fish off of all these D.o.as right here. Caught mostly trout off of these D.o.as. I've had this guy forever. He's all beat up. I need to get some new one of these, you know what I mean? I've caught more trout off of these night glows though, off of these here. You know what I mean? Sometimes I like to switch it up and use some of these guys right here. And then when you're looking for different stuff, you can kind of chop the tail off and that'll do something different for you too. You know, like some of these guys right here. You can see these guys right here. Now, sometimes when I am using the D.o.a shrimp, I do like to put a little Procure on there, and I'm gonna show you guys the one I use all the time for it. It's the shrimp one. Every now and then when I switch up and I go to use these right here, I'll turn around and I'll put the mullet on there. And it does work. It doesn't work all the time, but it does work. I do have another one called Inshore Saltwater. And then I do have another one called Manhattan right here. So when I do use some of these here, I like to throw them on jig heads like this. This one is I think 1 ounce, and I think this one is like half an ounce, I'm not sure. But when I'm not using these things here, I will turn to my Berkley gulps. Some shads right here. Got some of these shrimp right here. Oh yeah, let me show you these too. And this one I have all types of colors in there. I haven't been out to go and try these yet. These are the ones that I got from Salt Strong. And I can't wait till I can go out and actually try these out. I like the way they look, and they smell really good too as well. But most of the time when I do go out and fish, I do like to, when I'm going out for trout and redfish, I like to use my Cajun Thunder popping cork right here. You guys can see that name on there really good. It doesn't matter the color, but I've used the green one most of the time, and it's caught me fish. You know, I was talking to a guy a few months ago, and he does use this one. He recommended trying this Paradise right here. When I first used this one, I didn't like it, and then I started to catch trout off of it, so I started using it more often. But for some reason, this one will cast a little further than this one. I don't know what it is. I mean, they feel about the same. I mean, yeah, it looks different than the other, but you know, for some reason this one does cast a little further. But I do like the way this one works more. I've caught more fish off of this one, so most of the time when I do go out and fish, I do stick to this one right here. When I do fish off the popping cork, I like to use my Power Pro 30-pound braid. I like to use the yellow line just because it's easier to see if you're in murky situations or you're in dark brown water, the deep green water. I can see that a whole lot better. When I do use this, I use it with a swivel, and I attach my 20-pound carbon leader right here. Now, this is Vanish. I'm not a real big fan of Vanish after I tried it. The only reason why I am still using it is because it's brand new and I don't want it to go to waste, but it will get the job done. But Vanish is not my first choice of anything I would buy and actually use. I know I know there's some other stuff that's coming out of Florida that I really would like to try. In one of my next videos, I'll talk to you guys about some of their stuff that I've been seeing on Instagram and on YouTube. But I got a friend who actually put me on my first redfish. Goes by the name of Woody. These are for Woody. These things right here. These here are specifically made for catching sheephead. I found out about these from a guy in Texas and a guy in Florida, and they were smashing sheephead with these things right here. So Woody, if you ever get a chance, Woody, check these bad boys out right here. And I've caught 2 massive sheephead off of these. Once a fish gets on these things here, from my personal experience, they do not like to come off, you know. So I recommend these just because I've tried them already. You know, everybody likes different stuff. So this is just what I like to use for sheephead. You'll catch other stuff on these, but these are mainly for sheephead, bro. But tomorrow I am going to get a new reel. Not a new reel, but a new rod. It's a Stratus rod. I do use Stratus reels. I use the Stratus 6. If you haven't checked those out, just give them a look online. And you might like them, you might not. Everybody's different. You know, I used to use a lot of other things up until, you know, I started using those. And that's what I like to stick with now. So I have to get a new fishing pole because a catfish broke the tip of my other one off. So, you know, I've been looking at rods all day. And I found a Stratus that I do like. You know, so I'm going to get that tomorrow. In another video, I'll show you guys some of the reels that I do use. I have a reel for redfish and trout. Or, no, I have one for redfish. I have one for trout. I have one for sheephead. And then I have one for deep sea. I guess in a few days, you know, I'll show you guys those. But until then, happy Easter. I hope you guys had a good one. Hope your day is going well. I know earlier today it was raining off and on. I know tomorrow is Monday. It's supposed to be raining real bad, so it'll probably be a few more days until I shoot my next video. But until then, you guys stay safe and stick this thing out as best as you can. All right, you guys.